I have had more passion with a Snickers bar than Dameon and Rhaenyera had in that love scene. Welcome to Voice of the Fat Mantis and my review of Episode 7 of House of the Dragon, only on HBO and HBOMax, really. This is the tale of 3 different episodes. It actually feels like it has 3 different segments, and all 3 of them have different energies and different feels, and it doesn't work coherently. And I gotta say that the first part was a real drag. It was super slow, and I was like, what did this show do to itself? It begins with a funeral for Laena, Daemon's wife, and he's upset. Everyone's upset. Her brother is upset. And it's truly showing a sunder in the emotional stability of the royal family. Once again, as I complained about last episode, is they never set this character up. Every time we'd seen her, she'd been with a different actor because of time jumps. They never bothered to develop her or give us an episode where Daemon actually loved her. So ultimately, it's completely wasted. I've heard other reviewers say things like, they're like, this is a great way to get to know the character. I promise you, a funeral that doesn't even give us flashbacks of a character's life is not a good way to know a character. It's completely wasted, and the emotional energy is meaningless to me. I'm like, what is this? And then it's followed up by these beach scenes, right? These very slow beach scenes where the new Rhaenyera is hanging out with Daemon, and they discuss the passions, and they discuss that they need each other and they should be with each other, which leads to a love scene. And it is really drab. It's dark. It's hard to see. There's zero passion. I have yet to see this new actress, Emma Darcy, admit anything than blandness, and it gets worse with each performance. I did not believe there was a single shred of romance going on between either of them. It was like, Matt Smith was talking to a tree. I don't know. That's not fair. Trees tend to be more interesting than that. Before we get any further, did I mention that I'm going to need you to like, share, and subscribe to Voice of the Fat Mantis? It would mean a lot to me and all the people of Westeros. Do it for the people of Westeros. So then the other beach scene is little Aaron. Maybe his name is Aaron. I don't know. But it's the youngest son. Once again, we don't get to meet these characters or get to know them well. So who can remember a name? He ended up stealing Laena's dragon, the Elder Dragon, and it finally turns into an exciting, enjoyable part of the episode, and I was like, this is what's up. And it shows how difficult it is, how somebody can ride a dragon. The little lucky SOB surprisingly somehow survived. I thought he was going to fall off or something, and it's funny that he never even strapped in. Come on, you gonna ride a dragon? Strap the F in. It becomes fun. He lands. He's finally gotten his dragon. He's no longer the rider of pigs. This is very awesome. And he goes down there and he's walking through the catacombs to secretly sneak back into the castle. And he runs into his cousins, all the other kids going on. Daemon's kids and Rhaenyera's kids. And he gets into beef with them. He essentially has bonded with this dragon, therefore claiming it for his own and stealing the great ancient dragon from this household. And they're pissed about it, and they make comments, which leads him to become a violent animal and start beating up on the girls. He decks one of the little girls like, I was like, not safe for YouTube, bro. What is going on here? I ain't never seen violence against women like that. Not even in Game of Thrones in a while. It was crazy. It escalates. He's bashing people's heads with rocks. All sorts of things coming on. A blade comes out. It becomes crazy. And out of all the things, the most Game of Thrones-y thing that could ever happen happens when they cut his eye out. And I was like, what? And then the rest of the episode becomes this drama about what rich people do when their kids overreact and get into a fight that severe. Remember, it's the heirs who cut the kid, but currently, the current kid whose eye is cut, his father is the king. It becomes this complicated thing. If this was normal traditions, it would be clear that the heir's eye is cut. He is the son of the king, but it's not like that because of this new convoluted system. And it's so riveting, and Alicent ends up showing her true colors, just being the queen bitch of the land. It was It was insane how much blood she wanted. She wanted everyone murdered. She wanted everyone to take her side. She had the balls to say it in front of court. She had the balls to say it in everybody. And when no one would react, she herself was willing to do the dirty work. Now, I would kind of say this is kind of out of character for Alicent. However, this is the first time we've seen her defend her child, the mother bear defending her cub. So I guess it makes sense. It was captivating, titillating. I really liked this, and I actually think this whole sequence saved what was already a boring episode. I loved it. It was high drama. It was great. Now we move into the third part of the episode, which I gotta say is just, once again, drab and undeveloped and unexplained and badly written. So ultimately, Rhaenyra has the problem that her husband is a secret homosexual who doesn't spend time with the family, and he's not even there for family emergencies. Yet the problem is that his family has a great navy. And so she sits down with Daemon after everybody leaves, and she starts plotting all sorts of crazy things, plotting the murder of her own husband, who has done nothing wrong, plotting severing a connection with a family that has a great navy to take on Daemon, who doesn't even have an army at his disposal. So I'm not sure what the strategy of changing husbands is. And she somehow becomes murderous in intent. Not a quality I've known Rhaenyra to have. Now, I know that once again, this is survival. People are doing what they need to survive. But I just thought it was out of character. And if in the giant time gap, she became a murderous animal, I would have loved to have seen that. I once again need to complain that I think the time gap has kind of ruined our ability to actually emote with the show. They decide to do a murder, and Daemon then plots the sloppiest murder I've ever seen. Their idea, as a believable death, is that one of Laenor's lovers will sneak into the castle without help, of course. He did it on his own, and bypasses all the guards. Ends up right in the main room where they all meet up. Fights a duel with him for literally no reason. And by the time everyone gets there, his body is in the fireplace, burning at a heat enough to make him completely indistinguishable from any other corpse. This isn't even practical in the sense of fire. In order to truly melt a person like that, you would need thousands of degrees of temperature or a body cooking for a very long time. What did it take them? 7 hours to get there? It's completely not even believable. Because here's ultimately, at the end of the day, they're faking this man's death. He actually escapes. At the end, it turns out, secret reveal, Laenor's really alive, and he just wants to go live a gay lifestyle in some other city. Take his wealth and do that. But it's not a believable escape. It's not a believable cover-up. I don't know what the writers are doing, and out of all the ways they could have gotten rid of him, that was literally the worst way. If I was his father, I would investigate to the ends of the earth how any of these problems happened. How did the guards let this guy slip by? How did he sneak in? Why did they have a duel? I would be questioning people for years on end until I got my answer, which is why this doesn't work as a plot. Ultimately, it ends with I guess it's supposed to be romantic, marriage of Daemon and his niece Rhaenyra. And forget the fact that their biological uncle and niece. It's just, there's no passion to it, so it was really a meaningless ceremony. At the end of the day, I gotta say, all the drama with the kids and Alicent acting like a psychopath, a little dragon play, saved this episode. But the problem is that they are moving at such a breakneck speed. House of the Dragon is really hard to enjoy nowadays. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Apparently, Episode 8 does another time jump, which I think is going to alienate even more normies. So if you're ready to lose more viewers, HBO is how it's done. So good luck with that. I am still invested in the plot, but gotta tell you, Emma Darcy is not doing us any favors. I hate it when a show I love just kind of falls off the rails. But what did you think about it? Please let me know down in the comments. Am I being too harsh on Emma Darcy or the writers or any of these time jumps? Maybe they're the most brilliant thing in the world. What do I know? I'm just a stupid YouTuber. So please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. the voice of the Fat Mantis, for more breakdowns of House of the Dragon, of all the nerd stuff that's fit to print. Until next time, ciao for now.